The end of a relationship feels like the world collapsing around you, doesn't it? You gave your heart, your trust, your time, and now it's all been ripped away. The person you built your future with is gone, leaving you standing at the edge of the unknown, staring at the wreckage and wondering how to begin again. They tell you it's for the best, that this is a chance for a fresh start. But it doesn't feel like a fresh start, does it? It feels like standing in the ruins of a home you spent years building, watching the pieces fall apart in your hands. You replay the memories in your mind, don't you? The love, the promises, the moments that once felt unshakable. You cling to them as if by reliving them you can rewrite the ending. But let me ask you this, what if holding on to the past is what's keeping you from moving forward? And now there's this emptiness inside you, a void where love once lived. It feels unbearable, like a storm raging silently within you. But what if that void isn't emptiness at all? What if it's a space waiting to be filled with something greater? Starting over in love is not about erasing what you had. It's about transforming because of it. It's about taking the lessons from heartbreak and using them to build a stronger, wiser, and more resilient version of yourself. You feel tired, don't you? Tired of the pain, tired of the questions, tired of carrying the weight of what went wrong. That exhaustion is proof of your effort. It means you care deeply, and that is something to honor, not regret. You may ask yourself, what if I'm not enough? What if I can't handle this? But let me tell you this, you are more than enough. You've already endured what you thought you couldn't. The fact that you're here still standing is proof of your resilience. They told you they loved you, didn't they? They made promises that felt eternal, and you believed them because you wanted to. But now those words echo like empty shells, leaving you questioning everything. The hardest part isn't just losing them, it's losing the trust you had in yourself to believe again. But even broken trust can be rebuilt, not for them, but for you. One small act of faith in yourself at a time. Fear whispers to you, doesn't it? Fear of being alone, fear of never finding love again.
Please, take this short break from your video. We know how important the videos are to you, so all we ask from you is to support the channel by purchasing your special Inspire Network hoodie or Inspire Network coffee cup. Please enjoy the rest of the video.
Fear isn't your enemy. What if it's your greatest teacher, reminding you that love is still worth fighting for, even if it begins with learning to love yourself? So take a deep breath. The relationship may be over, but you are not. You are still here, still breathing, still capable of creating something beautiful from the ashes. This is not the end. This is the beginning of a transformation. Starting over after a relationship isn't about rushing to find someone new, it's about rediscovering yourself. For too long, your identity was tied to the we of that relationship. Now it's time to focus on you. This is your opportunity to rebuild not just a life, but a connection with yourself. Go explore the dreams, passions, and pieces of you that may have been set aside. Fall in love with who you are, not who someone else wanted you to be. You may look in the mirror and wonder, was I not enough? Let me tell you something, you were enough. You are enough. Their inability to see your worth says nothing about you and everything about them. The truth is, their actions reflect their struggles, not yours. It's time to see yourself not through their eyes, but through your own. Being alone feels heavy at first, doesn't it? Like the silence will swallow you whole. But loneliness isn't your enemy, it's your chance to rebuild without interference. In the quiet, you'll hear your own voice again, rediscovering the dreams and passions you've long ignored. Time alone is not a punishment, it's a gift, a space to become whole before you invite love back into your life. Think of the freedom you've gained. You no longer have to compromise your dreams or bend to fit someone else's expectations. You are free to choose what sets your soul on fire and to pursue a life that is fully your own. Healing is not a smooth, unbroken road. It is a battle fought daily, and it is not without its traps. These traps, if left unchecked, can pull you backward, unraveling the progress you fought so hard to make. One of the most dangerous traps is looking back, isn't it? That insidious voice whispers to you, what if? What if I had done things differently? What if I had tried harder? What if they stayed? But let me tell you this, the past is a prison, and every step you take backward tightens its grip. You cannot change what has already happened. No amount of revisiting those moments will rewrite the ending. And every second spent staring at the past is a second stolen from the future you could be building. Then there's the temptation to dwell on them, the person who walked away. The person who broke you. You wonder where they are, who they're with, what they're doing. It's as if your mind becomes their shadow, refusing to let go. But here's the truth, every time you chase after those thoughts, you hand them power over your peace. You tether yourself to a past that no longer serves you, and in doing so, you keep yourself from healing. The only way forward is to sever those ties, not just with them, but with the version of yourself that clung to them. Set boundaries are not to punish them, but to protect your own sanity. Unfollow, block, distance yourself from their echoes. Choose peace over their memory. Another trap is the self-blame, isn't it? You pick apart every detail, every conversation, every action, trying to find where you went wrong. You wear the burden of the ending as though it were entirely yours to bear. But hear me now, you are not to blame for their choices. Relationships end for many reasons, and most of them are far beyond your control. The weight you carry is not yours alone, it was never meant to be. And then is the desire to numb the pain. The bottle, the pill, the distraction, they whisper promises of escape. But those promises are hollow, fleeting. They do not heal you, they delay the reckoning you must face. Drinking away the hurt, indulging in substances, or diving into unhealthy distractions may seem like relief in the moment. But they only tighten the chains around you, keeping you trapped in the cycle of avoidance. Even the harmless distractions, binge watching, endless scrolling, losing yourself in fleeting pleasures can become enemies of your progress. They pull you away from the work that healing demands, leaving you stagnant and unfulfilled. But perhaps the most dangerous of all is the rebound, isn't it? That desperate search for someone new to fill the void left behind. You may think that love, any love, will soothe the ache, but it won't. Not yet. There's a temptation, isn't there? To seek another hand to hold while yours is still trembling. To find comfort in another's arms, hoping they will heal the wounds you're too afraid to face alone. But let me ask you this, would you want someone to love the version of you that is drowning? Or the version that has risen from the depths? When you leap into a new relationship before you've healed, you are not offering them your best self, you are offering them your broken pieces. And what happens then? They may accept you, but not for who you truly are. They see only fragments, and the love becomes a crutch, not a foundation. This is not love, it is survival. And survival is not enough. You must first rebuild yourself, not for them, but for you. You must stand on solid ground before inviting someone into your life. Only then can you offer them the gift of your wholeness, your strength, your resilience. And consider this, do you want them to fall in love with your scars alone? Or with the strength you've gained from them? Do you want them to see you as a project to fix? Or as a partner to grow with? The truth is, love born from pity is not love at all, it is dependency. And dependency cannot endure. It cracks under the weight of expectations, leaving both of you feeling unfulfilled. But when you heal, when you take the time to rediscover your worth and rebuild your life, the love you attract will be different. It will not be drawn to your pain, but to your power. It will not see you as broken, but as whole. The kind of love doesn't rush in to save you, it walks beside you, honors your journey, and meets you as an equal. It is not a love that asks for pieces of you, it is a love that embraces the entirety of who you are. So take your time. Let the wounds close, let the scars fade, and let the person you're becoming emerge. When you are ready, the love that finds you will not just fill the void, it will elevate your soul. The obstacles you face are not here to break you, they are here to shape you. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow, to prove to yourself that you are capable of rising above what tried to destroy you. So what can derail your healing? It's the choice to stay in the shadows, to cling to what was, to drown in the distractions. But what can empower your healing is just as clear: courage, discipline, and the belief that you are worth the effort. Focus on self-care not as a luxury, but as a necessity. Replace the destructive habits with ones that build you up. Exercise right, connect with nature. Every healthy choice you make is a step toward freedom. And remember, this process is not about avoiding the pain, it is about walking through it, facing it head-on, feeling every ounce of it, and letting it transform you into someone stronger, someone wiser, someone unbreakable. Each day you choose to keep going, you are reclaiming your power. You are proving, not to anyone else but to yourself, that you are more than your past, more than your pain. You are the architect of your future, and that future is worth every step you take. You'll start to notice changes as the days pass. The love you held for them will begin to fade, replaced by a focus on yourself. Each small step you take, like going to the gym, reconnecting with old hobbies, or pursuing new goals, will remind you that your life is yours to shape. Confidence will return, not just in how you look, but in the ownership you take over your future. Do you remember what used to set your soul on fire before the relationship? The hobbies, the dreams, the passions you may have set aside. Now is the time to reconnect with them. Dust off that old canvas, pick up that guitar, or chase that goal you put on hold. Starting over is not just about rebuilding, it's about rediscovering the pieces of yourself that were always there, waiting. Gratitude may feel impossible right now, but even in your darkest moments, there is light. Start small. Be grateful for strength to rise each morning, for the lessons you've learned, and for the chance to begin again. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's possible. You are not starting from nothing, you are starting from experience. Every tear you've shed, every moment you've endured has prepared you for this. You are building something that cannot be broken. This message is not meant to stay with you alone. It carries a purpose far greater. Share it with those who need it. Those who struggle in silence, and let them find strength in these words. And if you too have felt their power, remain connected. Together, we rise stronger. You may wonder if love will ever find you again. You may even fear that your best days are behind you. But let me assure you, the end of this relationship is not the end of love. It is preparation for a love that fits you in ways you never thought possible. The pain you've endured, the lessons you've learned, the growth you've fought for, they are not for nothing. They are refining you, shaping you into someone who no longer settles for less than what you deserve. And because of that, the love you will attract will not just be a replacement for what you lost, it will be the reward for the person you've become. This new love won't ask you to shrink yourself or compromise your values, or to carry the weight alone. It will see you for who you are, and not just accept you, but cherish you. It will fit you so perfectly, it will feel like breathing, natural, effortless, and aligned with your deepest self. But here's the beauty of it, you don't have to go searching for it. When you focus on healing, on building a life that reflects your worth, love will find you. It will be drawn to you like a moth to a flame, not because you need it, but because you've created space for it. The relationship you thought was the one? It was not the ending, it was the foundation for something greater. A stepping stone to a love that feels like home, so trust in this process. Trust that every tear, every scar, every step forward is leading you to a love that honors your journey, your growth, and your soul. Life you're stepping into will be brighter than anything you've left behind. It will be filled with joy that isn't bowed, love that isn't conditional, and peace that isn't fleeting. This chapter isn't the end, it's the beginning of your triumph.